Okay, I'm here with Mr. and Mrs. Sridhar, and they both own a jewelry shop, and so they're going to tell me something about traditional Indian jewelry. And the first questions that I have for you are, what customs can you think of that involve jewelry?
Can you repeat the question again?
What customs can you think of that involve jewelry?
Customs from an Indian perspective, like customs, like in any kind of functions, and like family functions, where like starting from when the baby is born, we have customs where the baby has to have like jewelry at certain times of the year, like your first birthday. Normally they pierce the baby's ears and put like really small jewelry, and then of course during weddings, women wear a lot of gold and stones mixed jewelry.
It's very auspicious to whenever there is a good occasion, uh, the child or the adult is always given a jewelry. So it's considered to be very auspicious. Jewelry is actually in our custom. It's called the goddess of wealth. So it's very auspicious to give jewelry at all occasions, right
So,
from a child's birth to marriage and everything.
so it's odd if you don't give jewelry. You'd be like, what's going on?
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you mentioned the wealth, the goddess of wealth.
Right.
So, a person who has a lot of jewelry, you would typically associate them with good standing financially.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty much, yeah.
We consider them as they have the blessings of the goddess of wealth.
Okay. Let's see. Have you ever judged or found yourself being judged because of jewelry that you were wearing?
Yes, that happens a lot in India, especially when we go to special occasions. Women are very cautious, and they make sure they wear good jewelry, and you know some women even don't, if they can't afford like good jewelry, and they don't even want to attend the because they look upon saying, oh, what's going on with you, kind of, so it's always like women make sure they have really good jewelry, um, bangles, necklaces, earrings, even anklets.
So
Yeah.
the whole.
Yeah, and Indian jewelry, we even have jewelry for the hair, and so they make sure they are very well, they are looked upon a lot with the jewelry.
Okay.
And in fact, if you want to add a few more to this, the importance of jewelry on these occasions are so much. Now we have a new industry which comes out with artificial jewelry.
Yes.
It may look like gold, it may look like precious stones, but it won't be. So those, if unfortunate people, if they don't have good quality jewelry, they'll make sure go and get some imitation or artificial jewelry. They put on that, and without that they won't go out.
Without that they won't
They
go.
won't
Even
go
if they can't afford gold or diamond, they will go with lookalikes, or like he said, like imitations that look really good. Make you look good with that. Yeah.
So just from a naked eye, you can't make out whether it is real gold or real jewelry or
A
artificial.
real diamond. Yeah.
Okay. So people would use imitations to help elevate their
Their
status.
status.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Are there any stereotypes of people wearing a certain style of jewelry? Like if you see a certain cut or a certain color, is there some symbolism or a certain group that you associate them with?
There are. Um, in India, a lot of women wear mostly like gold jewelry mixed with some stones. But there are, like, if you go to more rural areas in small towns and villages, you could tell by the colors. They were like maybe like beads with like big beads, red and black, and really bigger,
Huge.
huge jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you move more towards the city, they would be like more on the lighter side. It's really more would be like machine made jewelry kind of thing, and more more on the lighter side.
I mean, the more you go to, the more affluent somebody is, the simpler the jewelry,
Yeah.
but it will be more precious, more
Yeah.
valuable. So everybody may not know. They may wear a small string
And,
with a very precious, ruby or
Exactly.
something like that. But if you go to rural areas, they may wear heavy jewelry, but they may not be very expensive, but they'll be loaded with a lot of jewelry.
Okay.
And also there are like even people like fishermen in the rural areas, like really, really small villages. They wear jewels, they make jewels or necklaces and bracelets from like seashells and stuff. So you can really tell that they work or somewhere in the
Near the oceans.
Ocean, yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
And maybe if you want, we can add one more line.
Okay.
Very affluent, the fashion models and people who are very rich. Nowadays, we have this antique jewelry.
Yeah.
The jewelries may not be very bright.
Not like
They'll be
shiny, bright or
very
anything.
luster in the color, may not be very
Dull.
it will be dullish, but very precious, and that's what a lot of affluent,
Like nowadays, some people are preferring that.
the fashion designers and all those people, they start wearing.
They're preferring the used old look,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and that's what's in vogue right now. That's what's in style.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Coming up, yeah.
Do you see what you just said? Like an old style means like you're really in vogue, or a newer style means you must just be not doing anything important right now. Do you see that in India reflected here in the United States?
Yeah, it's pretty much almost same,
Yeah.
but we don't have that rural type of jewelry in the United States. Like people who are immigrated from India to US, mostly they are very affluent. They were affluent in India also. So when they moved in here, so they don't have that rural jewelry. They don't wear the rural jewelries. It's more of the urban type, in the higher society type of jewelry they wear. They don't load, here Indian ladies, they don't load themselves with too much of jewelry. Just light.
So, do you think that they don't load themselves down so that they can better fit into the U.S. type of society?
Possibly.
Yes,
And don't stand out so
possibly,
much?
Yes.
Because you don't want to stand alone.
Okay. Let's see. What functions besides beauty do you think jewelry serves?
Besides beauty, from an Indian perspective, in India we do believe certain metals and certain stones affect your body.
For health?
Yes.
For health.
Yeah. Of course, gold is the main jewelry thing in India. Gold doesn't harm any, whatever the skin type is, the real actual gold, if you go 22 carat or 24 carat, will never harm anybody. Any type of skin, like, whatever, because a lot of people have sensitive skin. So, like, gold is believed to be like a pure kind of thing.
Like the ultimate
Yes, yeah.
metal?
Metal thing. And also, we very strongly believe that that jewelry made of certain precious stones like diamonds, rubies, emeralds, sapphires, each stone has an effect depending on the person's, like each person's, like the personality and like their physical health and everything. It affects the body. Certain temperatures of the body will affect the metal and in turn affect the body as well. So there are people in India who will not go and buy diamond like they do here. Like diamond is a really thing here, like for weddings and stuff, people always buy diamond here. In India too they buy, but normally there are people who know about the stones so well, and they can say what would fit you or not fit you.
Okay.
It is just like a sort of a science.
Yeah, it is a science.
You don't normally go and buy some stones. You have to find out whether that particular stone suits you.
Suits you and
your,
may harm
the
something.
planetary positions, your stars. They do a lot
We
of
believe
analysis.
in a lot of things like like the horoscopes. I don't know if you have heard.